Hey guys, it's Mangareeds, and it's a very short video that we'll be doing today. It's somewhere about One Piece manga chapter 870, and we haven't really had that chapter yet, so you can keep that in mind before you proceed into the video. Now, what's happening is that there's a certain theme that I've seen recurring in the Whole Cake Island arc, and I'd like to address it for a short while today. It shouldn't be over 5 or 6 minutes, but let's see where we go. Now, before I go any further, it's very important that I get a definition of a theme out of the way. So I'd like you to take a look on screen and there's a definition ready. The link for this is also in the description. So if you want, you can go and check that out for yourself. Now, defining a theme. The theme in a story is its underlying message or big idea. In other words, what critical belief about life is the author trying to convey in the writing of a novel, play, short story, or poem. This belief or idea transcends cultural barriers. It is usually universal in nature. When a theme is universal, it touches on the human experience, regardless of race or language. It is what the story means. Often, a piece of writing will have more than one theme. Now, let's get back to why I've brought this up. There have been many characters in the entire Whole Cake Island arc that we've seen been introduced that have a particular dual layer, if you'd like. They have more than one persona. And most evident of this is Charlotte Pudding. You know that bitch Pudding? Yeah, that one? Yeah, her. Now, there are also a few other characters that it doesn't really strike up as much as you would have thought, but it's still there. So let's take a look at Chalotte Cracker, let's take a look at Judge, let's take a look at Big Mom herself. We can take a look at Strusen, that chef. Let's take a look at even Mother Carmel. What I've been seeing happen with these characters is that they approach you in such a way that you might find them intolerable or you might find them lovable. But the way they've evolved, they haven't necessarily gone down a path of evil, most of them, because they were already there. But you just never knew based on how they presented themselves at first. And this is most evident with Pudding, with, I would say, Big Mom as well. Because, you know, Big Mom has been evil, but at first, her protecting Fishman Island, though it's not a part of this Whole Cake Island arc, made her seem pretty good. And then there's Mother Carmel. So Mother Carmel, Pudding, etc. And then there's other characters with a little bit of a different trait that seems anticlimactic to the way we've seen them being introduced. Most notably Chalotte Cracker. When Cracker was introduced, he seemed like a powerhouse, he was an absolute badass if you ask me. Like, this guy was pretty epic. And the moment we learned that he was just wearing an armor, and he just went downhill from there. Like, he never had the ability to withstand pain. Or I wouldn't say he didn't have the ability, he just couldn't withstand pain. He doesn't like pain. Even so much I feel like a mosquito bite would really tick him off. So he seemed badass at first. Like, many never liked his character design, but then we've seen that he's not as tough as he seems to be. Though granted, he did have the strongest Boshuko Haki that Luffy has ever fought. And that's including an admiral. So, you know, guys, give him credit where it's due, but still, it wasn't as badass as you would expect, given that he says he can't even stand a bullet wound. And then let's take a look at Big Mom. And this is my personal opinion. At first, I thought Big Mom was okay. I never loved her, I never liked her, I never had a reason to. But my first opinion was that she was good. But then we realized that she was only protecting Fishman Island for sweets. And granted, she was going to get any since Luffy ate them. She would have destroyed the Fishman Island. And then looking more into her character after we've learned about Mother Carmel, then I've thought that maybe she isn't so bad, given that she was just trying to be a good person and it just never worked out. And given that she wanted a place where all races can live without discrimination. And remember, racism is still a factor in our world this day. And it's a factor in One Piece as well, because Oda has touched on this before. So I've been thinking that Big Mom isn't as evil as she seems. But then she's still fucked up, because a lot of the things that she's done has been because she wants to. The people that she's killed and so on, the nations she's destroyed, countries, etc., it's all on her. And I like to take a look at Mother Carmel as well, because in one chapter she was like the loving mother. She was known as Sister of the Cloth. And shit, like she was rearing orphans to be thrown into slavery. And I'm calling it slavery. It's not necessarily slavery, but I'm calling it slavery because they're being sold to the Marines and to the world government so they can become CP members and assassins and whatnot. And who knows how she's been doing it for years actually. I don't remember the definite number that she gave. And I'm saying that these kids are nowhere to go. They were thrown out of their kingdoms, their family never wanted them, and all that comes in between them. And she's been rearing them to sell them so that they can become assassins. She's been doing it for her own personal gain, all while maintaining a facade that even the leaders of Elbaf would consider before they put their honor on the line. And I'm thinking that this theme that Oda has going on, I mean, you can even mention Judge, as I've done a video on Judge, and you'll see that in the description as well. You can even mention these characters, even the Vinsmoke brothers, even Reiju. There's been so many characters that at first they never seem to be the way they've turned out to be. And I like to put Strusen in the mix because at first Strusen just seemed to be a jolly old chef. He loves cooking, he loves baking, he loves making wonderful food. But then we've come to learn that he's the first one to, I won't even mention Big Mom and what he did, but he's the one that made Big Mom the Yonko she is. Because Big Mom is a tool. She's stupid. She's a brick. Like, she has no mental capacity to orchestrate an assassination by herself, as we've seen with the Vinsmoke family. So we're seeing that Strusen is the actual reason why Big Mom is as successful as she is. Now, the reason why this theme is important is because, as a definition of a theme recently explained, is that it goes much farther than anime, and this is a problem that we have in the real world. I'm pretty sure almost everyone here has had a friend who they thought would have been the best friend or the best boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, and in the end, it just never happened. They've been disappointed, and things just never worked out. So you see, guys, like this theme going forward, you can look at it, you can really think about it, and see it come out in the different characters, because the entire arc is not over as yet. We've gone a very far way, but where we are now, even now, you can analyze some of the characters and realize that you have a very different perspective on them than when you first met them, and it's not bad. I think it's something that's really good because it really adds a bit of a twist to everything, and it makes the characters a little bit more complicated. If anything, we wouldn't like a character that's one-dimensional and boring. So you know what, guys? That's it for today. Thanks for watching my video, and as usual, there's more good stuff coming your way.